All right, guys, in my Max 6, we are back at the Fit Club Las Vegas, and I have Al Mermini. Al, fresh new blood on the show. I love to have new talent, man. Welcome to Jay Cutler TV.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It's really an honor to be here.
So, Al just competed at the Jay Cutler Desert Classic, won his class in the men's physique category, and I actually met him a week before, I think, at the Dragon's Lair's grand opening, and he looked great. Right away, he caught my eye right away, and he just told me he had competed. He had just won a show, and I said, wow, that you look great. And he told me he was doing the Jay Cutler Desert Classic the week after, and I said, listen, if you win your class in the men's physique division, I'm going to have you on the show. And he won his class, and here we are.
Yeah, it's just amazing because, you know, I've been watching your channel for, God, I don't even know how long, so many different episodes. And for me, I'm just a big fan of your channel. And I never expected to be here, I got to be honest with you. And so when I saw you at the Dragon's Lair, I had to come up to you and say hello because I watched so much of you. I almost felt like I knew you at the time, like I talked to you, you know, like I told you earlier. And so I just wanted to come up and say hi. And then we got talking about shows, and I had just competed. And I told you I was going to do the Jay show, and figuring that you would be there. And you were like, hey, man, you know, if you win your class, then I'm going to have you on the show. And, you know, I was like,
did you think I was lying?
I mean, you know, who knew? Who knew? I mean, I just went up there, I just did my thing, and had a successful night. And obviously you came through, man. I never expected to be here. This is kind of crazy for me. You know?
Well, I'm glad you came. I appreciate it. And I want to go back a little bit and tell about your story because you're someone who actually has a full-time job, which I always appreciate so much, and so does Jay, because it's not easy to do bodybuilding. It's not easy to do competition and actually do well. You've been in the military in the past, and now you work for the city. So you need to tell me a little bit how you are able to juggle full-time, career and bodybuilding, and competing as much as you have, because you've competed 3 times since last November. You did the Las Vegas Classic, then you. So I want to go back a little bit and have you talk about the journey and how you did so well since Vegas. So take me back to the Las Vegas Classic, which was for Austin Carr, right? Yep. And you did very well over there.
Yeah. So before I did any shows, I was a full-time fat guy, not a full-time
like
bodybuilder. No, we got a full-time bodybuilder right here, guys. And first off, just let me just say that, like, meeting you and meeting Jay, these guys are like exactly what you see on camera. They are real human beings who are just awesome people and super approachable. It's just been a blessing to meet you and to meet Jay, and again, honor to be here. But to go back to the show, I did my first show, was the Steve Karr Classic. It was Austin Carr's show, who's a phenomenal promoter and an even better bodybuilder. Looking for him to do big things this year in the 212 class. I know he's competing at the New York Pro in a couple weeks. And so I did his show. I was successful at his show. I won one of the divisions at that show. And then I decided I wanted to try to continue on. And so a few months later, I did the Sampson Showdown, which is also another local show here in Las Vegas. And I won both of the divisions that I entered over there. And then just a few short weeks later, we had the Jay Cutler Classic, and we decided, we were still in shape. And that was kind of the goal anyway, was to do the Jay show. Kind of use the Sampson show to, kind of get us in shape for the Jay show, and it worked out perfectly. So we did the Jay's show, and we wound up winning the men's open Class B division. And obviously Dave held up to his word and has me on the show, because I just really want to say, like, hi, me, because I am just like you guys watching this, and it's been a hell of a journey.
So let's talk a little bit about YouTube. You were telling me off camera that you've actually built this physique through YouTube. You've actually been to the YouTube college, and you've been watching and devouring every single video you could get your hands on. So you've been watching John Meadow, Greg Doucette, Jay Cutler TV, obviously, and basically you were able to gather all this information and build your physique the way you have. Talk to me a little about that. It's kind of unusual. You haven't been working with, like, a lot of people, sometimes they'll hire a coach, a nutritionist, a training coach. You've done none of that stuff except for your posing show, which we'll talk in a minute. So talk to me about how you did that.
So I really got to say that I am sort of a product of my environment, and my environment at the time was, I didn't know how to train when I first started. I was, like I said, full-time fat guy, and I needed to learn how to train once I got back in the gym again. So just like everybody's doing nowadays, you go to the internet, you bring up YouTube, you Google it, You figure out what you need to do if you want to be serious about something. And so I started stumbling onto all these different websites and people that are top-level guys within the industry. You know, you're talking about John Meadows and Jay Cutler TV and Seth Feroci, and you know, he's great. You know, there's so
Great
many
podcast. Yeah.
Chris Bumstead stuff, all the top-level guys, and I watched so many of them. There's just too many to mention. And what I would do is I would find the common denominator between what all of these guys are saying. You know, Doucette's saying to eat like this, and it's similar to what Meadows is saying, is similar to what Bumstead is doing, and watching all of these sort of tutorials, and then taking that, adapting it to my lifestyle, using that information, and then putting it to work and trying to build a physique. And I've been successful. I never expected to be winning any competitions. I never expected to even be competing. My motivation was always just seeing the progress in the mirror, hearing the progress from my training partners, hearing the progress from the people that I work with, and that motivated me to keep going. And then as a goal, I decided, you know what? I want to stay in the gym. Let me give myself a goal. Let's do a show. And the reason why I did that is because, let's face it, you know, if you know you're going to get on a stage in front of hundreds or thousands of people and take your clothes off in front of them, it's going to keep you honest. It's going to keep you in the gym. It's going to keep you on your diet. And, you know, if you don't do those things, you're going to get on stage and you're going to look like a full-time fat guy, right? So
it's going to be embarrassing at the very least.
Or you can do really well and do the best that you can and put the best physique that you can build in that amount of time on the stage and hope that the judges respect it and hope that you come in just a little bit better than the next guy, because a lot of these guys out there are really bringing it.
So you've only been training for actually 2 years, you told me, right? Seriously?
Yeah, I've been training again for just 2 years, seriously. I trained all throughout my 20s. Then I got married and
Got fat?
got fat. Yeah.
I did that.
Got comfortable, got fat. But, you know, I got a great wife. She's my inspiration. We've been together for 15 years.
She's in shape, your wife. I've seen her.
Oh, yeah. My wife was full-time fitness girl. Wow. We've been together for 15 years. And this whole fitness thing is like her thing. You know, she's been doing this forever. She was telling me, the full-time fat guy, to, like, get in the gym for all these years. And for all these years, I was on, you know, the 7-Eleven diet. And so, you know, after kind of a situation that I got myself into, I decided, you know what, it's time to make a change and take it serious, and that's kind of we kind of went from there.
So were you actually you were telling me off camera, I hope you don't mind me saying that, but you kind of had a health scare who made you want to change your ways, who made you want to change your eating habits, and can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was on a business trip, kind of embarrassing, but I don't mind. I was on a business trip, and we were driving down the highway, me and a couple of the buddies, and, you know, we were all kind of telling jokes and, you know, breaking each other's balls, for a lack of better terms. And I started telling a joke. And before I actually was able to tell the punchline, I thought about it in my head, and it made me start laughing. Well, when I started laughing, like, I don't know what happened, but, like, I kind of slumped in my chair. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath. And, like, when I kind of came out of it, like, a minute or two later, like, everybody was like, oh, my God, what just happened? Like, oh, my God. And then scary. And then we laughed about it. But while we were laughing about it, in my head, I was like, no, I gotta make a change. I gotta do something. I got a son. I have a wife. I love them dearly. I have a great family. Time to make a change. So I came home, flew back to Vegas, went to the gym a couple days later, took a picture of myself in the office getting signed up, sent it to my wife.
The before picture?
The before picture.
Will I get that picture to put in video?
Oh God, that's super embarrassing.
It's not if you look like this.
Yeah, I think I'll give it to you. I'll let you show a before picture. Okay. Transformation Tuesday or whatever.
I want to see it.
Oh God.
So you did that. You took the picture, and that was accountability. You're getting started.
Yeah, that's what it was for. It was total accountability, and just to hopefully look back someday and say never again. I mean, I wasn't like completely like, you know, I didn't look like I just stepped out of an Austin Powers movie or anything like that. But at the same time, you know, I was obviously unhealthy physically. I was obviously, you know, it was affecting me mentally. And I knew that if I got into shape and I started working out, it would have a better physical effect, which would then have a better psychological effect. And, you know, I started meeting great people in the gym. I started becoming motivated and started becoming more goal-oriented in the gym. And now, holy crap, I'm on JayTV. I don't know how that happened.
So you were just about 41. You had just turned 40 when this happened, and now you're 43 in the best shape of your life. Tell me, Allan, where would you like to take this? Because you told me that you're very interested in making progress. That's what's important to you. You want to have fun in the gym, and you want to see progress. But you don't have any aspiration of becoming a pro athlete. But that doesn't mean that it couldn't happen. Would you, if it comes down to that, would you be inclined? Do you want to keep going to the national level? Do you want to get your pro card, or where do you want to take this?
I'm just going to take it one day at a time. I do plan on doing a national sometime in the future. I know that I got to put on more size. I still have to learn a lot. I'm new in the game as far as I'm concerned. I know
2 years is nothing.
Yeah, I know that I don't know anything. I'm just getting started at an age like this. And you know what? I'm in it to meet good people. I'm in it to get in better shape. And I got to tell you, like, so far it's been a short journey, but in such a short amount of time, I've met so many great people. I have a wonderful coach. Her name is Jeannie Paparoni.
How did you meet her?
So I met her through another friend of mine, Cece, who's a trainer. She hooked me up with Jeannie when we knew I was going to do a show. And Jeannie's graced the Olympia stage as a female, and she is hands down like a great trainer, an even better person. She handles my diet. She handles my posing. She's gotten me through these 3 shows that I've done, and obviously I've been successful. And
You got a good record.
yeah, all of that is due to my training partner, Cliff.
Who's behind the camera?
Yeah, he's back here behind the camera. Love that guy. It's due to obviously Jeannie and the support that I get from my wife and my family and the people that I come to the gym with. I go to a gym where we're all like family. I see the same people every day, and they all root me on, and I root them on. And the other people that I've come in contact with in the industry, like I said, Austin Carr, Lisa Malloy. There's just so many people, I can't even name them all. I'm doing it because they motivate me.
Talk a little bit about how your work is supporting you in this journey, because I'm sure they've seen you at your worst, and now they're seeing you at your best. They must be so blown away by the progress you've made, and I'm hoping they're encouraging and supporting and having you eat all those meals constantly and all that stuff. It's not normal for quote unquote normal people.
Yeah, so I work for Clark County, and I work with a bunch of guys that have seen me go from who they call fat.
They are on the 7-Eleven diet, right?
Some of them are, but they used to call me Fat Albie. Now they call me Fit Albie, or Big Albie. But I work with a great group of guys every day. I get to go to work. I get to have fun with these guys. When I'm having a bad day, I always got a shoulder to lean on, which is so important because we're living this life for the people that we're surrounded by, not for ourselves. Whatever I need, they're always there for me. They know when I need to eat. I eat 5-6 meals a day. They give me the time to do that. I'm so appreciative of those guys, and
They must be proud.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. And
It's not easy.
No, and I'm proud of them too because without their support, everybody, all you guys out there that do this, that it takes a team. It's not just a one person's or an individual's goal. You need a whole team of people around you in order to be successful at this. At least that's what I've learned.
Yeah. So, have you decided what you would like to do for the upcoming year or the next year, or what are your plans as far as competitively?
Competitively, I know that I need to get bigger. I know that I need to grow a little bit bigger.
The men's physique are so big. Some of the men's physique guys are bigger than classic. They're so big now. It's not like it used to be in the past.
You know what? I've been following men's physique for a long time now. And the evolution of men's physique from the first Olympian Mark Anthony to now Brandon Hendrickson has been just it's like from A to Z. The physiques are completely different now, much bigger. All of those guys at the top level could easily be classic guys, in my opinion.
So. Yeah, because they don't have any. They're by height, but there's no weight cap.
Yeah.
So they can be as big as they want to be.
Yeah, and that makes it a little tougher for guys like me.
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'8" on a good day. But those guys are so big, they're so wide, they're so thick. They have a lot of advantages. And yeah, it's evolved so much. But the guys that I look up to be honest, in men's physique, the bodies that I would aspire to have or be like would be like Ryan Terry. He's not so muscular, he's not as big and as I don't even know what the right word is, but when you see his physique compared to some of the other guys like Raymond and Brandon, he's not kind of like where they're at, but that's a physique I would like to attain, something like his. And even like Andre Ferguson, like I'm a big fan of like Andre Ferguson, man, that guy's physique is just phenomenal, dude. If I could like pick anybody else's body to be in, it would definitely be his, because that guy, I don't know how he hasn't won the Olympia yet, you know.
So nationals, hopefully, if not this year, possibly next year. I'm sure, based on what you're telling me, you seem to be the kind of guy that's taking one show at a time, 1 year at a time, want to keep making progress. But is it in your bucket list or in your dreams to make it to the Olympus stage? And I'm asking this everyone I interview, because not everybody may want to make it to the Olympics. I know some guy that their main goal in life is to become a professional and wants to become pro. They never really compete after that. Would you like it to make it to the Olympia?
I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a dream for me. It'd be more like a pipe dream, you know. If I ever got there, if it ever happened for me, absolutely, I would take the opportunity if I got it. But right now, let's just build, get bigger. You know, I have a lot to learn. I have a lot more to do. I have a lot more I want to do. Get on a national stage, see how I do on a national stage, you know, and then take it from there. Yes. If it ever winds up that I'm on an Olympia stage someday, then so be it. You know.
So be it. Good answer. Good answer. You're so humble. This guy is not going to toot his own horn. I can't make him say. But I appreciate that. And I think for someone who look as good as you have, with only 2 years of training, with hardly any help, it blows my mind. You know, we always assume that everyone's working with a coach, everyone's working with a nutritionist, everyone's working with a trainer, you know, like Charles Glass or whatever. So for me I was blown away when you told me that you look this good by watching YouTube videos. But that just goes to show you how strong and how people are using the internet today with the YouTube and all that stuff. Makes such a big difference in people's life, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you can do anything with the internet. You can learn how to fix a car on the internet. Right? You know,
tutorials are awesome.
There's nothing you can't do from learning it on the internet, including bodybuilding.
The question is, will you be ever starting your YouTube channel? Because you should. I don't know if you watched the last Jaywalking where he says everyone should have a YouTube channel. I think you should, because I think you have a good story that a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time, but I'm sure your wife could help.
Yeah. I mean, she's super supportive, and I got my buddy Cliff here behind the camera, and he's
in movies. You told me he makes movies, so maybe he can do that for you.
Yeah, he's like a genius. So, you know, it's something that we'll definitely strongly consider. Like, I'm like, when it comes to like the internet, I know how to use it to gain knowledge, but I haven't really used it from a social media standpoint or platform so far yet. However, like, I just got on Instagram. I just started posting some pictures. So, like, if people want to go and check out my Instagram, like,
what is it? Yes,
it's Al_Meeni, Meeni. And you could, I guess, put it up somewhere.
I will put it in the video.
Because I don't even use it that much, but I'm gonna start using it, start posting more pictures.
Let's see how many subscribers you get from this video.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
I don't have many now. It's kind of embarrassing, but
okay, we all have to start somewhere.
Yeah, but it's something I'd be inclined to do, you know, and
document your journey, because you never know where it's going to go. You know, everyone starts at the bottom, and stars are built. They're not born, you understand? So I think you should. You have a great story. I'm glad you came on JayTV today. I appreciate you taking your time. I appreciate you staying in shape, because once after the show, when I saw him and he told me he won, I said, we're going to film next week. Please don't get fat. And he shows up today, because I know what it's like. Sometimes after a show, we go a little nuts. We just filmed Cody Pierce, who won 20 pounds 4 days after the show, and he's still look great, thank God. But it's easy to gain weight after the contest. So you look great, and you tell me this is your lifestyle. You're not planning on getting out of shape. Nope. Good for you, Al. That's awesome.
Fat Albie's dead.
Fat Albie's dead. All right, the Dave Mac 6 with Al for Jay Cutler TV, and we're out.